1. A new instructor struggles with delivering complex content to adult learners who have varying levels of prior knowledge. What is the most appropriate initial step? A. Simplify all course materials to the lowest level. B. Assess learners' baseline knowledge and adapt instruction accordingly. C. Focus only on the highest level learners to maintain rigor. D. Provide generic materials and let learners self-adjust. 2. A curriculum development team is asked to revise a training program to comply with new regulations. What is the best first action? A. Write new lesson plans immediately. B. Review the updated regulations in detail. C. Collect participant feedback from previous sessions. D. Shorten the program to save time. 3. An adult learner reports difficulty applying theoretical concepts to practice. Which teaching approach is most effective? A. Provide additional lectures with more detail. B. Increase written assignments. C. Integrate real-life case studies and scenarios. D. Focus only on testing memorization. 4. A mentor notices that a mentee repeatedly misses deadlines. What is the most constructive response? A. Ignore the issue to avoid tension. B. Impose stricter rules without discussion. C. Explore underlying challenges and collaboratively create a plan. D. Reassign the mentee to another mentor. 5. During evaluation, an instructor observes that learners perform well on multiple choice exams but poorly on practical tasks. What is the best adjustment? A. Replace exams entirely with performance assessments. B. Incorporate formative assessments that mimic real-world tasks. C. Reduce the difficulty of practical tasks. D. Increase exam frequency. 6. A training program is mandated by a regulatory body. To ensure compliance, the facilitator should first A. Skip non-mandatory content. B. Align learning objectives with regulatory requirements. C. Prioritize learner preferences over compliance. D. Delegate responsibility to learners. 7. A group of adult learners expresses frustration with too much lecture. What is the most effective adjustment? A. Extend lecture time with more examples. E. Introduce collaborative problem-solving activities. C. Assign longer reading tasks. D. Deliver the same content faster. 8. While evaluating curriculum effectiveness, an evaluator finds learners are disengaged. Which factors should be prioritized for review? A. Relevance of content to learners' real-world needs. B. Number of exams administered. C. The length of training breaks. D. Instructor seniority. 9. A mentee resists feedback by arguing and becoming defensive. The best mentoring technique is to A. Avoid giving feedback in the future. B. Provide feedback privately using a supportive tone. C. Publicly address the behavior to set an example. D. Give vague feedback to reduce conflict. 10. An instructor introduces a new evaluation tool, but learners find it confusing. What is the best next step? A. Discontinue the tool immediately. B. Train learners on how to use the tool effectively. C. Ignore learner complaints and continue. D. Replace it with an untested alternative. 11. A curriculum designer wants to foster critical thinking in adult learners. Which strategy is most effective? A. Provide multiple choice exams exclusively. B. Encourage open-ended problem-solving activities. C. Focus only on memorization of facts. D. Limit discussions to avoid off-topic responses. 12. A regulatory audit finds incomplete learner attendance records. What should the instructor do first? A. Reconstruct attendance logs as best as possible. Implement stricter sign-in protocols going forward. C. Disregard the audit and continue teaching. D. Shift responsibility to the learners. 13. When developing mentoring goals, the most important consideration is A. Mentor's personal interests. B. Mentee's developmental needs and career objectives. C. Institutional tradition. D. Randomly assigned tasks. 14. Adult learners in a compliance training appeared disengaged. What is the best instructional adjustment? A. Deliver the content word for word from the regulation. B. Use interactive scenarios highlighting real-life implications. C. Shorten the course and reduce detail. D. Assign independent reading. 15. A facilitator wants to ensure learners retain skills long-term. Which evaluation method is best? A. Post-training follow-up assessments in the workplace. B. Multiple-choice exams only during training. C. Group discussions without assessment. D. End-of-course surveys. 16. A mentee expresses uncertainty about career progression. The mentor's best approach is to A. Provide clear, directive advice without discussion. B. Explore mentee's goals and create a development plan together. C. Avoid discussing career topics. D. Assign random tasks to broaden experience. 17. During curriculum review, it is found that course objectives are unclear. What is the best action? A. Revise objectives to be measurable and aligned with outcomes. B. Keep objectives broad to maintain flexibility. C. Focus only on instructor preference. D. Remove objectives altogether. 18. A regulatory body requires proof of learner competency. Which evaluation method is most appropriate? A. Observation-based performance assessments. B. Learner self-assessments only. C. Open discussion groups. D. Attendance records alone. 19. An adult learner struggles to stay engaged due to long sessions. The instructor should A. Add active learning strategies such as group tasks. B. Extend sessions further to complete material. C. Rely exclusively on PowerPoint slides. D. Assign more independent homework. 20. A mentee fails to apply feedback despite repeated discussions. What is the mentor's best next step? A. End the mentoring relationship. B. Provide concrete examples and structured practice opportunities. C. Ignore the issue to maintain rapport. D. Document the failure for disciplinary action. 21. When developing evaluation tools, the most critical factor is A. Alignment with learning objectives. B. Length of the assessment. C. Use of the most recent technology. D. Preference of the instructor. 22. A group of adult learners has diverse cultural backgrounds. What is the most effective teaching strategy? A. Ignore cultural differences to maintain uniformity. A. Integrate culturally responsive examples and inclusive communication. C. Focus only on the dominant culture. D. Avoid interactive activities. 23. During a mentoring session, a mentee expresses personal stress affecting performance. What should the mentor do? A. Refer the mentee to appropriate support resources. B. Ignore personal issues and focus only on tasks. C. Share personal stories instead of listening. D. Remove the mentee from the program. 24. While reviewing curriculum, a trainer identifies outdated content conflicting with new practices. What should be done? Immediately update content to align with current practices. E. Continue teaching old material until the course ends. C. Ask learners to research updates on their own. D. Remove the material entirely without replacement. 25. In regulatory compliance training, the most effective instructional strategy is A. Memorization drills only. B. Application-based case scenarios. C. Ignoring learner questions to save time. D. Delivering content with minimal discussion. 26. A formative evaluation shows learners misunderstand key concepts. The instructor should A. Provide immediate clarification and targeted instruction. B. Wait until the final exam to address issues. C. Reduce content to avoid confusion. D. Assign additional readings without discussion. 27. An adult learner prefers self-directed projects. The best instructional response is A. Incorporate independent projects aligned with learning objectives. B. Deny requests to maintain strict lecture format. C. Provide no guidance during projects. D. Assign random tasks unrelated to goals. 28. A mentor observes a mentee excelling in tasks but lacking confidence. What is the best action? A. Provide positive reinforcement and opportunities for visibility. B. Assign lower-level tasks to reduce pressure. C. Avoid addressing confidence to prevent discomfort. D. Criticize performance to encourage growth. 29. When designing curriculum for regulatory training, what should be prioritized? A. Ensuring objectives clearly meet regulatory requirements. Creating entertaining but unrelated content. C. Avoiding evaluation to reduce stress. D. Following instructor preference over regulations. 30. A facilitator wants to encourage reflective practice in adult learners. Which method is best? A. Structured journaling and guided reflection sessions. B. Additional lectures on the same topic. C. Timed multiple-choice quizzes. D. Extended silent reading periods.